Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today we're taking a look at Scandinavian Cottage Survival Simulator. This is a PlayStation 4 game, however, I have been playing it on my PlayStation 5. Right, what can you expect from this game? Well, it is, basically says everything in the title that this game is. It's not an expensive game. I wasn't expecting a great deal from this. But I like survival games, I like crafting games, building games, and sometimes I like them games without the pressure of like beasties, zombies chasing me through the woods trying to munch me. And this would assume it would be a more relaxed approach to the survival game. And it is for the most part. Now, the things that you can expect here, it is a single player game. There is no online availability. You have essentially, at the beginning of the game, you kind of dropped into this Scandinavian open world, I suppose. It's a limited open world, but it is one nonetheless. And you are given the task of, well, as you are in many survival games, the task of surviving your first night. So you've got two things essentially that you've got to craft to get yourself through the first day, and that's a campfire and like a bedroll type thing. So you will spend the first few hours of this game charging around the countryside like a lunatic, trying to collect rocks and sticks. Because you need rocks and sticks to build the campfire and your bedroll. And that sounds easy, doesn't it? But it's not as easy as you might think. Because number one, the tutorial here is really poor. It doesn't kind of guide you through what you need to do to kind of get you through your first day. It doesn't indicate, what things do. I mean, for example, you can go into some of these huts, and they turn out to be stores, and you can buy things, like cement and glass and nails and all that kind of stuff, but you can also buy an axe and a hammer, fishing rod, etc. So I thought, oh, okay, you start off with £1,000 or $1,000 or euros, whatever you want to call them. I bought myself an axe. Now, normally in a survival game, you can go up to a tree, chop it down, get yourself some wood, sticks, logs, etc. Not in this game. I spent about 10 minutes swinging away like a lunatic at one of the trees, assuming it was going to chop down. And it wouldn't. But the game doesn't tell you that. You've no idea, really, what the axe is for, what the hammer is for, what any of the tools are for. It doesn't explain it. Turns out the axe, really, in the early stages of this game, is for chasing deer around, like some kind of crazed serial killer in a forest, chopping them to pieces so that you can get their skin and meat. But again, the game doesn't explain that to you, because you have here a number of things you've got to consider with most survival games. Water, energy, and sleep. Again, the game does a very, very poor job of explaining to you how to satisfy each of these needs. Now, some of them, if you play survival games, you can figure it out. You know you need to create the bedroll so that you can sleep, and that'll sort out your energy. Eventually, you figure out that, once you've got your campfire built and you've chopped up a deer and got some meat, you can cook it, and that'll sort out your food, sort of thing. But that just is like gamer logic that you figure that out, really. It doesn't, again, tell you any of this. But it doesn't tell you what to do in regards to getting a drink. You find yourself sloshing about in water, crouching up and down in the hope that your character will drink a bit of water. Doesn't happen. So I don't know anybody who has played this game and managed not to die at least once, maybe twice, before they've got their first stuff built, the campfire and the bedroll. Because you will either die of lack of energy, die of lack of drink, or die of lack of food, or all three, before you get those things built. And if you die, then you kind of bumped straight back to the beginning, unless you've saved it. So it's a very frustrating introduction to a game that's supposed to be a chilled out experience, I am assuming. There are challenges. If you kind of keep your finger on like the center button, it'll bring up like a series of challenges and it'll tell you what to do. But I don't know if it's because I was playing it on my PS5 and not a PS4. It wouldn't kind of pin any of the activities that I needed to do, like whatever. It asks you if you want to activate that challenge. It wouldn't let me do it. Quite a lot of the times, for example, you will go and get quests from people within the community. They might want you to get them some meat. They might want you to do some fishing for them. They might want you to get something from the store, whatever. But even that didn't seem to work for me. I did a quest for one of the locals to get him 6 pieces of raw meat. So I ran around the forest like a serial killer, chopping like a madman at the deer. I got the meat eventually, went back to him, and it wouldn't let me finish the quest. It wouldn't indicate how to finish the quest. So it felt like I'd just wasted like almost an hour of game time. There is a petrol station, or a gas station, whatever you want to call it, within the game. And if you can get to there, which isn't that far from where you're in the original base camp, you can then, buy food and drink in there. But again, the game doesn't tell you this. You almost stumble upon it accidentally. But what you really want to be doing in this game is building your own Scandinavian logging camp or hut or cottage, whatever it is. But you're running around like a madman trying to earn money, doing menial tasks. So you can get some money to buy the stuff that you need to build your cottage. But I have to be honest, guys, I lost enthusiasm long before I had any desire to kind of build my own cottage, because the gameplay here is so obstructive to what you want to be doing. They've tried to cram so much into this, and it seems like a lot of the mechanics don't work the way they should. Quests don't complete the way they should. There's nowhere near enough sticks lying around for you to kind of complete the things you need to do early on. Or rocks, really. The inventory management is poor, because you can't just pick rocks up and leave them in your inventory. You've got to pick them up one at a time and take them back to your base. You can't pick it up and put it in your backpack, same with your sticks. It's just everything is there to kind of make the job far more difficult than it needs to be. And unfortunately, I lost patience with this one eventually, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I think there's some good ideas here, but ultimately the execution absolutely lets the game down. Thanks for watching.